Yo, yo. I jokes on you. I didn't have that stage, so I turned off the game. Why does Ammo King do so much damage, chat? Isn't it a bit excessive? Try the combo, big dog. Bro, I don't have the stage. I don't have the stage, bro. I got turned off. Now we just gonna watch some fucking Judy X. And Medusa, would you hang out with Lily players? That's a weird question. I mean, I wouldn't just randomly hang out with Tekken players overall. If they happen to be my friends, it doesn't matter who they play, they can play Lily too. I have one friend. No, I have two friends that play Lily. Two. But I still call the character garbage. They don't mind it. Would you play Kazuya if he was Jewish? If Kazuya was Jewish, I would never touch Tekken again in my entire life. Yeah, but you know which Lily players are the faggots. Yeah, I don't see a reason why I would be friends with transgenders and stuff. Nah, probably not. I would drop Tekken instantly. If Kazuya was a Jew, they say randomly in Tekken 9, yeah, actually the Mishimas come from the Tengu family and all this shit. Bro, I would just dip. Sayonara. I ain't thinking twice. Fuck that. That would be wild. Bro, who knows, man? Who knows? Murray is Jewish, so maybe he pulls some weird shit. But Kazuya is literally the devil, though. Yeah, but the devil is better than Jews. Okay. At least the devil just says, okay, you are humans. I hate the human race. I want to destroy humanity and take them with me to hell. But Jews are also human and they help the bastards. That's even worse. I would say that's even worse. When you really deep it, it's really like they betray humanity, but you're also human, you bastards. LGBTQ, and LGBTQ is Jewish. It's come from Judaism. Really, no joke. The devil is better than Jews planted Medusa 2025. Even Satan in Islam is in third door of hell. There is people in second and first, so there is people worse than him. Yeah, that is insane, actually. Really? There's people worse than Satan? I never knew that. Shall we watch this then? Or do you want to still ask some funny questions? Or are you done? If Kazuya becomes Jewish, then Jin is anti-Semitic. But that would make me maybe into a Jin player. Like proper locked in and shit, parry everything. I seek atonement for my sin. That vibe. Play rank, but I rather squat in a zucchini field now than playing fucking ranked. Crazy timeline. Horror game. I'm chilling, bro. I just wanna eat something and watch something and then go sleep, man. Because I have fucked up sleep. I need to go sleep early so that I wake up in the night. I can try to sleep one more time. It's so fucked up. I don't know why I have this. What is your opinion about Shia and Sunni? I am not a Shia, and I think we just should focus on our similarities instead of like fighting each other. They are Muslim. Like I also think Shias are Muslim. Maybe they get some things wrong, but still, I consider them Muslim. All just Muslim. I don't like to. I'm not interested in the distinction. Rain and thunder sound. Okay, I will test it. Bro, you know baseline how we can fight racism in the world? Really? Bro, Middle Easterners, Africans, whites, blacks against the Jews. We just need to unite and go against those motherfuckers. Because like really, you know this N-word and stuff. Oh yeah, nigga this and nigga that, yeah? Bro, really, this is really true. We are the niggers to the Jews, everyone. It doesn't matter if you're white or black. It's a very profound and a real reality, really. When you take this pill, the red pill, bro, when you realize that everything changes, we are the niggers of the world. It doesn't matter if my skin is not black, but to a Jewish guy or to Judaism, I am not even a human. You understand? So why would I give a shit about some guy being black, white, this and that, yellow, green? Bro, just focus on these fuckers that do 9/11 and all this shit. Anyways, I go get my food and then we watch this. Yeah, I play already.
What's up, you guys? It's VDX. Today is Patch Notes Day. If you're watching this the day I'm recording it, it's October 13th, and Armor King comes out today.
Hello, what happened? I'm
that,
just talking
so I want
shit,
to go
bro.
through the changes a little quickly, and then talk about the state of the Tekken community. Where are the pros at regarding the lack of balance updates? What is the general climate at? And if this is a good time to get into Tekken 8, and then talk about like why we think this is happening. It's safe to say that people are still pretty unhappy about the state of Tekken. I think the game has redeeming qualities. I think there's a lot of concerns for professional play and for people who are really serious about the game. But we'll talk about all that after we get through the patch notes. While I'm yapping about all that, I'm going to put up the recent Evo France gameplay. This is a video from my channel. Check it out. I'll link it all below if you want to watch some cool gameplay from Season 2, which I know is not the most common thing, but the way that a lot of pros are navigating these really difficult changes and these really intense challenges to their legacy skill, I personally find interesting. It's interesting how they're solving these problems and adapting. All right. Armor King, full release is on October 16th. From the day of this video, that'll be 3 days from now. And aside from that, the patch is mostly consistency changes rather than any balance changes. A big disappointment for professional players, for serious competitive players like me, and intermediates who have done a lot to learn how Tekken works and how to play the game, and Season 2's disruption of that learning process and those like fundamental skills still remains in the game in many ways. All right, so let's talk about some of the small changes now. Anna has had her back 3 parry now made fully throw vulnerable, right? There were a couple frames where she could still break throw. And by the way, if you don't care about this, you just want to hear about the philosophies and stuff later, you can jump to the timestamp below. Anyways, Asuka and June's reversals had some collision detection issues. Those are fixed now, so if they throw out the parry, they won't get like randomly pushed back, I assume. King and Lee, this is a good change if you're a legacy King or Lee player. They've restored some of the old inputs. So crouch dash and Jaguar step chain throws, you can now use the old button inputs before Season 2. And Lee's blazing kick now has its old input in addition to the new input. And the reason that is because they said there's no conflicting inputs. So you might as well be able to do it both ways instead of only the new ways. And I'm a fan of this. In general, I would be a bigger fan if more legacy inputs continue to exist. I just know this isn't possible for everybody. Like Steve's Sonic Fang is now the Rage Art input for everybody, so you can't really change it for everyone. But in general, I think it's cool to be able to go back to old Tekkens and still do similar things without having to fully rewire your muscle memory. Okay, the rest of the patch notes are mostly strings getting more consistency. So before you panic, let me explain. If the first hit connects, they have increased consistency of the second hit also connecting, right? So no more like I did a string, the first hit connected, and the second hit whiffed. By the same token, they've done some changes to other strings to make them more consistently whiffing. So Leo's Lightning Glare back 3-1-2. If the second hit whiffs, the third hit won't realign and follow you. So these are all good changes. In my opinion, these are the changes that should have been focused on in Season 2. At the very, very start of the new season, they should have focused on all of these consistency changes rather than on completely
Yes, Murray is Jewish, bro.
Tekken paradigms. And finally, the last significant change, in my opinion, is Raven's back turn forward 3+4. It finishes in crouch, and they said something in the patch notes about like removing the crouching state. So I assume during the move, he won't evade you as much. But after the move finishes, he'll be in crouching. We'll have to verify when the patch is live and Raven mains can actually test it, and I'll defer to them for that knowledge. So those are most of the changes, but I need to debunk something real quick. So I'm pausing the regular gameplay to show you a Twitter clip that was kind of going mini viral, I guess. Hi Buff Gigas, please, looking at the early footage, noted that King's full crouch down forward 1 looked sped up. Right, and this was plausible because this is something that had happened to a bunch of other characters. Lily and Fang, for example, and Elisa, Xiao Yu, a bunch of characters have had their lows sped up. Right, that's that second punch there. Everybody was talking about this clip. Even I tweeted about it. I said, it looks like the design is here to stay. Weird choice after the backlash towards offensive buffs. But after going through the patch notes, there is no mention of this move being changed at all. So we can only assume, and I believe what people are saying on Twitter, is that this move looking sped up is an error with the video. And that actually checks out because after watching these live videos, if you saw my coverage of the early Armor King footage, there were a lot of glitches in the recording. Sometimes the video would just stop while we were looking at the move list. So given that it's not in the patch notes, I doubt it's a stealth buff because it's something really big. So it seems like this was a false alarm. And honestly, that's pretty good because if after all of the changes that got a lot of backlash, after all the review bombing, after all of the like small steps in the right direction, doubling down on something like this does not make sense. So it's with a slight smile, I'm happy to say that, you know, this is not the case. Obviously, there are still a lot of remaining issues. But yeah, this is good. So I had to clear up that particular issue because I know a lot of people were talking about this. And if you were on Twitter, this was a very alarming thing. So false alarm, luckily. But when I was researching for this video, I was looking for how the pros felt about the latest patch. And at the top of my feed, it was this. Yagami, very, very, if you don't know Yagami, you got to watch more pro play. But extremely strong Reina and Lee player from Oceania. Debatably the strongest Reina in the world. Just saying no balance changes, crying emoji. And Kakoma saying no balance patch again. Wow. So the pro players are honestly hoping for change. We've seen a lot of tweets and consistently in each patch that they want the game to be fixed. The explanation the devs have given is that this is an update from 2 months ago in patch 2.04, where they said,
"Okay, guys, I'm
back. Multiple major esports tournaments coming up. This patch has no battle balance adjustments, and future patches will be mostly bug fixes and related improvements." And we've also seen this before Season 2 released.
Yo.
In March, they said, we have some balance fixes changed, but considering there's the European Tekken Cup and Master Cup in Japan, as well as the actual Season 2 drop, we're not going to put those battle balance patches out. So there's a clear philosophy within the dev team of creating a stable environment for pro players, right?
Stable?
In a vacuum, I agree with this.
Stable.
In the context of Season 2, I disagree with this. And clearly the pro players do too.
Stable.
Now, I've talked about this in previous videos before. Long story short, I like the idea of a game that has less battle
Bro,
balance.
if this is a stable environment that we are in right now, then on October 11, it was also a stable environment to be in the Twin Towers, bro. If that is a stable environment, if this is the definition of a stable environment, bro, then we can also go there also. No problem. Drown or be on the Titanic. Stable environment. Fuck me.
Changes, but allows for a lot of innovation. Of course, this assumes that the base game being patched is like a very competitive.
I mean, November, sorry.
Season 2 is not that. This is
Bro,
not
wait a minute. 9/11 is in November, right? Or am I confused? No, it is 11 in the month 9, right? 11 in the month 9. American date, it's like reverse. Okay. I am not a retard for this because obviously we have it a bit different. Yeah, it is at least I noticed on my own.
Competitively solid game, even relative to the end of Season 1, which had a lot of crazy stuff. Season 2 is a different beast entirely. The stuff you hear from the Tekken community, maybe in passing or in comments, was not really exaggerated. This is a very crazy, non-competitive patch, okay? So I want to make that clear, that generally I agree. In this particular season of Tekken, I don't agree. So the next follow-up question I get a lot on stream is, is the dev team just making excuses? I can put up the gameplay again while I yap about this. But are they making excuses to do nothing? I don't think so. The reason I don't think so is because if you were around during Tekken 7, they were doing the opposite. After Evo Vegas, they would drop a full season update. And a lot of pros had to fully relearn a brand new game after Evo, but before the Tekken World Tour finals, which were a few months after. So we've swung from one extreme to the other. Again, philosophically, I like the idea of a stable game, but we're in a position now where they really do not want to touch the game at all before the finals. The version that's competed on when you qualify for the finals should ideally be the same version of the game you play on.
Wait a minute. Didn't they move the goalpost though? They said when the season of the competitive play is over, then we bring out the full balance patch. Then they gave us only a little one and everyone was surprised, and then the new season kind of like went wild. Like, didn't they say when the big tournaments there was like a gap, no? They could have given us that big patch already. It was planned way before.
At the finals. Again, their philosophy. So they've shown they're capable of balancing it before. Again, that's what Tekken 7 did, and they've gone to the other way. So to me, it doesn't make sense to call it an excuse to do nothing. Again, also, if you think about how much negativity is online, how they were review bombed, and how pretty much universally Season 2 was rejected, it does not make sense as a corporation trying to make money to make an excuse to do nothing, right? And if you've ever talked to anybody who works on developing games, like the coders, the art designers, the graphics people, all of that, like the people on the ground doing the work, they're not the type of people to be lazy. You don't go into game development to be lazy about development. There are lots of other fields for that from a software perspective. And game dev is historically, you're underpaid and you're overworked, right? So I doubt it's that. It doesn't make much sense logically to me. So next topic, why?
I disagree. Because the premise is not that people initially just think they are lazy. They think they don't want to change it. So When the philosophy of the company is towards appeasing to a different type of audience, then they will just try to long it out as much as they can to not go into the direction that the initial community that they had before wants, no? When the developers get told by the stakeholders to not do this, then they don't do it. It doesn't matter if the community rejects it, because apparently they want to create a new community that embraces this.
Why does it seem like AK and Miyarisu are repeating the same mistakes of season 2? If you've watched their trailers and their gameplay, they have a lot of very problematic looking moves, mechanics, and just the way that they play feels like the Tekken team hasn't learned from the mistakes of season 2. This is actually where I want to transition to my tinfoil hat theory, right? So
Okay, interesting. You're interested in your tinfoil hat theory, but only this sentence alone. Apparently, Bandai Namco, the multi-billion-dollar company, is too stupid to read the room and learn from season 2, and therefore, that's why they don't make it different and listen to us. Well, who tells us that they even want to listen? I don't believe that they are too stupid to read the room. I think they do it on purpose. And now, I want to know his tinfoil hat theory. Because mine is that they want to create a new type of audience. They listen to the community, but they kind of do the opposite every time. That shows me that a multi-billion-dollar company is not too stupid, obviously, with all their resources and all these people in charge to understand, hey, they don't like this, we need to do the opposite, but they keep going into the same direction regardless. It's not because of stupidity, it's because of their game plan. It's not only because Tekken people, unfortunately, never learn how to use the skills that they learn in Tekken and apply it outside of the game itself. You have pattern recognition, you have mind game, you have like anticipation, all these things that you learn, apply that to the devs, okay? Imagine the dev is now a matchup. And the matchup now tells you that these devs, every time you tell them something, they do the opposite. And they do it over about a longer period of time. Then they tell you they're gonna fix it later. Then you might think they are liars. Then you come to the conclusion that they say they make a defensive patch, and then they make an offensive one, which is a very basic, like, foundational lie. So we can already establish that we have to deal with liars and gaslighters. Okay, that's just a fact. Then we go further from this point and realize, okay, apparently they want to create a new type of community. How do I come to that conclusion? Because it is known and reported that Michael Murray doesn't like the Tekken community. He actually hates us. And he communicates that pretty frequently also. And he shows it in his actions as well. It's not like by coincidence. And the stakeholders, which is BlackRock, they are known for taking franchises that are niche products and then making them mainstream by making everything kind of superficial in order to appease to a broader audience. And that's what's happening right now. This is a philosophy that we are fighting against. We are fighting against a corporate industry here that is taking over our hobby. So now please tell me your tinfoil hat theory. I am very interested.
So we will likely never know what is going on behind the scenes at a Japanese AAA game development team at Bandai Namco. But I think watching AK and Miyarisu and seeing how they're doing these game-breaking mechanics, like breathing on you and making the next throw unbreakable, and the breath coming out of a parry, or Miyarisu clinging to walls, doing giant back jumps onto her spear stance where she evades lows and then jumping at you. Like, where is all of this coming from if the dev team is really actually trying to correct the mistakes of Season 2's launch? Tinfoil hat theory. No proof, just based on the decisions being made, okay?
I assume that he wants to tell us now that the devs have made these decisions way back, and therefore they couldn't in time change the direction, and that's why we need to just ride it out.
We know that the Tekken team wanted to go live service, right? This is pretty obvious. Everybody wants to be Fortnite and League of Legends. We have battle passes, we have microtransactions, etc. That's not a surprise. But we see some patches that go in a decent direction, right? We joke about it all the time. Every patch has been a bunch of small steps in the right direction. We just have to wait 10,000 small steps until we get a working game, right? So we know that the dev team at least sees some of the mistakes and are trying to correct it, no matter how tiny and small it is. We know that they're kind of there. So how can it be that these characters are going in the opposite direction again? We're taking tiny steps this way, new character. The only other explanation to them making correct patch decisions, again, no matter how ridiculously tiny, and then releasing characters that go in the opposite direction, the only other logical explanation for that is that they forgot about the review bombing, right? The overwhelmingly negative Steam reviews, right? They forgot about that. Or they accidentally made a bunch of patches in the right direction. And
this is your fucking tinfoil head theory, bro? This is what your brain could come up with? I thought this guy is smart. Bro, we are dealing with a bunch of fucking retards, bro. He really went hard with this tinfoil theory.
Or they accidentally made a bunch of patches in the right direction. And neither of those things make a lot of sense to me.
Anyway, BlackRock owns only the 3.06. No, they own more now. I can show you. I have the receipts. And Vanguard also. They bought more. And BlackRock is now the shareholder with the most significant shares on Bandai Namco in comparison to everyone else. They have the most.
Right? I doubt that in a capitalistic corporate environment, I doubt that they would forget about getting review bombed, right? And with the amount of work it takes to actually fix a game like Tekken with so many moves and so many interactions, the ability to consistently
BlackRock are juices.
Again, no matter how late and how tiny, is a sign that they are starting to understand and course correct. So to me, the last explanation is that these characters were made so far in advance that they cannot change them now. It took them, remember, it took them.
Okay, now I tell you the real reality, FDX, yeah, my son. You can learn here now something from someone that is a bit smarter than you. The reason why you have the impression that sometimes they go into the right direction and some decisions are kinda correct, but they mess up regardless. This is what you have said, right? I explain to you now why they do this. It's called moving the goalpost. When you have a community that complains and you want to gaslight them, what you do is you take something that is broken and just put it somewhere else. You know, for some retards now, imagine the episode of Patrick where they have to remove the city and he says like, just take the city and shove it somewhere else. Yeah? So they take something which is broken in someone's game plan, nerf that, and give them 4 compensations in order to still have the character broken, but just different. Okay? So now it's just differently broken, and you, as a consumer, will look like an asshole and a doomer, as all these guys say to us all the time, like the main man faggot. And then you say like, yeah, you nerfed this about Brian, but instead you gave him this. What is this shit? Why does he have this low? And then they can gaslight us again as an attack and say, hey, see, we listened to you, but you guys are never happy. Have you ever heard that before? Yeah, Tekken people are never happy anyway. It's never enough, blah, blah, blah. It's because they just move the goalpost all the fucking time, yeah? You look at a problem, they make it disappear, and then another problem pops up somewhere else. You look at that problem, and what you are doing essentially is just run behind the devs and never really attack the real the real issue, which is their decision making, but you just attack the symptom. You don't really solve the disease. So yeah, this is how you make a high IQ take. I don't know why everyone thinks this guy is so smart.
2 weeks to make an emergency patch for Season 2's launch. This is a slow development team, and I wish it were better. I wish it were faster. I wish it were like Capcom's, where they could do an emergency patch within like 2 days. I wish it were like the League of Legends or 2XKO team, where they communicate really directly in a lot of detail and kind of show how much they know about the game. But that's not what the team is. That's not how they work. And unfortunately, we are stuck waiting. And like I said, the pros aren't super happy with it. The intermediate players are definitely not happy with it. And it's a rough place to be as we wait here. And we're kind of stuck because for a development philosophy like this, where you say we don't want to patch a lot, it's decent.
The development philosophy is not that they don't want to patch a lot. The development philosophy is that they want to gaslight us and go into the direction regardless, even if we don't like it. And in order to keep our mouth shut, they give us little, when a dog does something and you want to treat him, you give him a little treat. They just treat us like dogs. So basically, these little things here, what you are eating here right now, when I look at FDX, he has like a pedigree Dentasticks in his mouth and says, yeah, maybe it's not much, but at least I have my pedigree,
But you can't have this position and fold to community outrage, right? They've cornered themselves, and it sucks because had Season 2 gone well, I think this would have been the philosophy to take. This would have been the stance to take on patching the game. Keep it slow, keep it consistent, have a really competitive Tekken World Tour, and then adjust from there. They made no changes in the preseason leading up to Season 2. And then they announced this philosophy that they can't back down on despite the game turning out terribly. It's a ugly place to be, especially if their idea is we need to reestablish trust. We need to say that our word means what it does. Do they go back on this and show that they aren't in alignment with what they're communicating again? It's a mess. And truthfully, I don't know any way out of it except to simply patch the game and put it in a better direction. Faster than is going currently. There's not a lot of ways to repair the reputation. I'm sure they've done a lot of internal restructuring to probably prevent a mistake like this again, but they're really in a pickle. And I don't know what can be done. It feels really tough as a super fan of Tekken to kind of watch the game be in this position and kind of be around so many angry fans and be around the noise all the time when we just really want to play Tekken, right? For how bad Tekken 8 is right now in terms of a super competitive experience, it has the best netcode we've ever had. It has the best practice tool options we've ever had. It has a lot of drills they've added for new.
I just want to stress one thing. So you release a game, yeah, and everyone is kinda dislikes it, and the community officially in social spaces gaslights each other into saying, yeah, this is just the first season, this is like the test run. The developers watch this and they think it would be a good idea in a forest of mistakes to give every fucking character 2-3 new moves that are equally broken, so that they may not be able to even fix it in the first place. Because even when you tell them, hey, this and this and this and this, they kept adding so much that there is no possibility of fixing it anymore. How are you gonna fix this? Excuse me. The moves itself are broken. There is moves characters shouldn't even have. There is hitbox expansions that you need to adjust across the boards. Characters have different type of game mechanics in the sense of everyone has a heat burst, but some characters just are blessed with a better one. And how do you balance that? And then outside of this, they implemented the heat burst into the combo so that even if I want to now change the heat burst range of Brian. So people say to me all the time, yeah, Medusa, they say they adjust Brian's heat burst, but somehow it never really feels like it. It's like mini, so that it ends up being kind of still the same. The reason for that is when they would adjust it for real, he couldn't do the combos that he is supposed to be doing anymore. So then they need to adjust the whole combo system of Brian Fury all of a sudden. It's not like they can just fix the heat burst and then the rest of the game will stay fine. The game is so messy, it's like you have diarrhea, you shit it on the entire plate, and then someone tells you to clean this now. You can't clean it, you need to throw it away and get a new plate. Oh, you wanna fucking wash diarrhea off a plate, bro? Seriously? I don't think that works. It will still always be, you will always know there was shit on the plate. And this is Tekken 8, there is shit on the plate. You can't fix it. It's impossible. It's impossible. In season 1, I already said, guys, fixing this would take a long time and some serious effort from the community to help. Some serious effort. Season 1. I still had kinda hopes that we might kinda fix it, but it still stays a bit shit here and there because it can't become so good anymore. But good enough. After season 2 dropped, I completely gave up on the game. Mentally. Because I know what we have at hand. This game is not savable. Anyone that gaslights himself into thinking that this game is savable is just retarded.
Players with throw breaking and punishment. It offers like special style and like visual appeal for total casuals. I want to remind you guys that like for how annoying a lot of the particle effects and things like that are, the Sajam Slam for Tekken 8 when it first came out did so much for welcoming players. People on a base level, I think, can enjoy watching and trying out the Tekken engine. So I hope that going forward they
This was the first thing I really agree with. Tekken 8 is good to try out Tekken. Like, just see what can Tekken be about. How does it feel like? What is punishment? Like, the bare bones, like, mechanics, just trying to understand them. This is Tekken 8. And then just wait for a real Tekken to come. I know the main man always makes fun of this fucking faggot shill. Yeah, but what is real Tekken? Back one, and you know how he talks like an absolute faggot. This game at the moment is just like you know when they release a new engine and like Unreal Engine 5 and then they give you a game that is hardly a game but you can like kinda walk in it and try it out. That's Tekken 8 at the moment. That's Tekken 8. You can kinda try it out. It really doesn't really mean anything. The gameplay is pretty fucking dumb. It hardly resembles what Tekken used to be, honestly. It really hardly resembles it. But all we can do is hope that they don't put too much money into this game anymore. And just let it phase out slowly and work on Tekken 9. You can't fix this game. You can't fix this game. And I think Harada noticed this because he started to say that he wants to work on Tekken 9 for the PlayStation 6. He wanted to have Tekken 9 as a release title for PlayStation 6. Now, taking that into consideration, that would mean they wouldn't have so much manpower to even fix Tekken 8, which we kinda see right now. No one is really doing anything with the game. And they kind of just shit out really uninspired products like items and a hair strand and like a hoodie which is orange, and then you just put a PGN on the hoodie. Like really dog shit. And PlayStation 6 is probably gonna come out in 2027 to 2028. I assume Tekken 8 is gonna die in 2 years. Like, this game is gonna be 4 seasons maximum. We know we're gonna get now then season 3. I think they're gonna introduce a new mechanic. And then, yeah, whatever, I guess. Because when you think about it, Season 2 introduced new mechanics also. Full crouch after heat dash is a mechanical change. In Tekken 7 we had similar stuff, and later on we even got wall bounce. I don't know what they want to introduce in this fucking shit, but something really, really retarded is gonna come. To be honest, I don't think it will go beyond season 3. I think time-wise it needs to go beyond season 3. I don't think they will, because they need to milk the idiots a little bit. So they have to make season 4 kinda. Some slop, you know, some just Jewish fucking shit. Just shit it on the plate and give it to the people, take the money, and then work on Tekken 9 in the background. Because this game is just milk. You know, they just see it like milking a cow. Nothing else. You can see it in the monetization of the game. You can see it in the Tekken shop. You can see how uninspired it is. You can see how they just try to find different ways to make you spend money. They just try to find... They don't try to find different ways to make you enjoy the game more. They try to find different ways to make you spend more.
Rediscover or re-lock in on what makes Tekken so great, because there is something.
Did you see the new battle pass? Nothing but shit. Bro, I am surprised that people even check that shit out yet. Like, you really go and check
there. And I think
sidestep after crouch is also a big change. It kind of made Tekken lose its identity. I don't think that is bad. I think that should always have been there. Tekken 8 has put out some good things. Yeah, it's not like it doesn't have any good things. The Tekken 8 P mode is insane. Sidestepping forward and back, into the foreground and into the back, is very good. It's not a bad thing. Then, another thing which is very important, you can disagree with me on that one, but recoverable health for combos only, that the combo damage is this white health, is a good thing. Because Tekken always historically suffered from one launch, one mix-up at the wall dead. That is kind of alleviated with this situation, but then they give 1,000 other horse shit that all the good things disappear automatically. But yeah, you can count the good things that came with Tekken 8 on one hand, and the bad things that Tekken 8 brought to the table, you can't even, not even with your legs it would be enough. Like, not even your 2 feet and both of your hands and all your teeth are enough to count the individual fucking mistakes they made. Key charge change is number 1. Most useless change in history. Yeah. I don't know why they did that. It was a good mind game, you know? Mind game. Why did they take that one out? Oh yeah, no. We need to discourage people from using their brain.
Skill levels are wholeheartedly, rejecting this newer idea of Tekken. And to be clear, it's not a monolith. There are people who are still fans of Season 2. There are people who are willing to adjust regardless. That backflip was sick. There are people who are willing to adjust regardless, and the pro players...
What's even the point of mentioning this? There will always be people that also like to eat shit. You know, This is not an exaggeration. We can now talk about getting shit on the face, and then someone can also say, but there are people in the world that do like to get shit on the face. That's their fetish. Yeah, but what is this information now worth that you tell me this? What am I supposed to do with this information that they like to get shit on the face? Okay. And that's the same as liking Season 2 Tekken 8. There's no difference. Have you heard some who got banned while cheetahs online left and right? Banned, bro. They keep banning people for being transphobic, bro. Who cares? It's the same as Devil Jin and Akuma from 7. Instead of targeting the problem, just do a system change. Key charge was taken because of the disrespect using at the end of the fight, I think. No, that doesn't make sense because you can still key charge. The only difference they made to the key charge is that it doesn't counter hit anymore. It doesn't matter. If you key charge now, it has the same mental effect as before, after the round. No difference there.
Are going to adapt, but I think we all hope that the Tekken community and would generally just be a more positive place. So it's a tough place to be right now.
You know, let's for example, in Tekken, I want to just draw the conclusion for you so you understand how these people operate. These absolute faggots, okay? Sorry, I'm very emotional. I hate them so much. Akuma does wall jump. Yeah, he do like a combo on the wall, you fall down, and then he jumps over you, and then you guess again. He's at your back, and then he loops the offense, kinda. You need to know how you stand up. Then everyone complained because that character obviously was super broken, and then on top of that, with this tech, then they said remove this from Akuma. What did they do? Instead of removing that from Akuma, they wanted Akuma to stay broken the way he is. They changed the entire mechanic of this so that no one could do it, but because they are so retarded, Akuma was still able to do it. So what they ended up doing was nerf everyone else, but only Akuma could still keep it, even though everyone said just Akuma should lose it. Can you understand that? So the exact polar opposite of what the people demanded. They demand Akuma gets nerfed on this wall jump shit. They nerf everyone else, but only Akuma can still do it. Unbelievable. They would have ended up in a better situation if they would have not said anything. Not said anything. Because they ended up getting fucked. Okay? That is insane. They nerfed the mechanic. Now, what happened with Rage Art? With Rage and Key Charge. When you key charge, you are automatically in a situation of being able to CH the opponent. Now, people complained about Hoarang. Hoarang has a 10 frame counted launcher that in heat you can't really do much against in natural circumstances. But when he key charged, this was just broken. Because he comes now at you and you're definitely gonna get fucked. You can't really, you kinda scream and shout and do down forward twos, keep out, don't come close, but you can't really do much. So what did they do? Instead of nerfing this unreasonable situation of these 10 frame counter hit launchers, they were like, hey, let's just remove the counter hit on key charge, the whole mechanic. Because we want the characters to stay broken. Once you understand the patterns of their ways or the way they handle their affairs, you understand that they don't want to listen. It's not about the time. It's not about resources. It's not about competitive play. It's not about the fact that there is evil. It's not about the fact that they want to have a stable environment for Arslan Ash, like he is trying to suggest. It is about the fact that they just don't want to. and they just lie to you. Because once someone lies to you, he will lie again. And the devs clearly have lied to you already. So therefore, you just always have to assume that when they tell you something, they are not being honest. You are being gaslit. So that you just shut your mouth or make a 20-minute video like this where you don't really say anything, but use some nice words and say like, yeah, my tinfoil hat theory is that they maybe didn't have time or they were not sure, there was a mistake and stuff like this. No. It's not about that. They just don't want to.
I hope it gets better. We're likely stuck with these patches until the finals finish. And I would hope that after the finals finish, they don't wait for season 3. I would hope that they just drop a ton of really, really good patches.
Bro, but the problem is, since they, for example, yeah, and this is really true, when you create a brain dead, retarded game, you attract brain dead and retarded players. Okay? All these new Tekken players, these Tekken 8 players, have you ever noticed that you cannot have a conversation with them? And that no matter the situation, they just keep moving the goalpost to just attack you. Now, this is an example for that you may have noticed. They say to a person that is complaining about the game, and these are mostly new Tekken players, yeah? Yeah, but if the game is so bad, why do you play it all the time? Okay. Then there comes a person that says, I don't play the game much anymore. Huh? Why do you complain about the game if you're not even playing it anymore? Just move on. So you have these bots and these retards and these Down syndrome patients that you have to deal with while trying to find like a person that has a brain and some normal human being that is not a season fucking 1 new Tekken 8 player that plays the game now for 1 year, and this is now like these people, with them we can't talk. They fuck the discourse. I see that all the time, bro. You go on Twitter, someone makes a reasonable fucking tweet, and then AI Guna64 comes and says, yeah, but why do you care? You don't play the game. Do you have GOD? But Arslan Ash is consistent, and all this fucking gaslighting. Oh yeah, but just adapt, learn the game, stop complaining, you're a doomer, play something else. Why do you play it so much then if it's so bad? And the list goes on and on and on and on, and that's why the best thing that I noticed to do with those types of people is really call them slurs, because they can't hack it. Like when you call them a slur, instant they just freeze. They just freeze, block you, and then you never see them again. That's really the best thing that I found out so far, how you can deal with them. Call them a slur. I'm not even making like exaggerating it or saying, guys, try it out. When you find someone you can't have a normal, reasonable argument with, and you keep on trying, and he just loops the conversation into keep on attacking you no matter what you say, then just call him a faggot. Your problems will disappear.
That are really focused on kind of restoring where we were before season 2 and moving the game in a more satisfying direction for the most competitive players. That's my Yap session. I hope it was entertaining. I hope it was informative. And if you're someone who has kind of been on the sidelines, you know, I don't think Pro Tekken is going anywhere. If you're someone who's been contemplating getting into Tekken, I honestly don't think it would be a bad idea. I think a lot of the changes are mainly focused on the intermediate and the pro level. So a lot of those players are the ones that will be hit the most. And I think that's a shame because that's the most loyal fan base. Hopefully they fix it.
Okay. Do we have the main Jewish Sweden? Did he say something interesting? Okay, what do you give that video out of 10? Good one. What do you give it out of 10? A 3? I think I don't feel like this aggressive gaslighting from him anymore. Otherwise, I would insult him. But he doesn't do this aggressive gaslighting the way he used to do in season 1. So I can, like, this 3DX I can deal with. It's okay. Like, you can do your shit. It's not this aggressive gaslight anymore, man. It was horrible to deal with this guy. Listen to him. It's alright. Okay. 2. Eggshell gaslighting. Yeah, this is like slow. You know, he knows he can't gaslight too hardcore anymore, so at least he chills a little bit. I can deal with this. You made it better with your commentary. Thank you. Okay, let's see what the main man says. The bastard. Gaslighter number uno also. This is why I love Tekken. First video. Okay. Medusa, did you see Rip and Spag's reaction towards what? Okay, he has not made anything. Fair enough. No. Does anyone? Sorry. Does anyone know if there is anything interesting? TMM acted as if he knew the patch is going to be whack. Yeah, I mean everyone knew. Rip and Spag's reaction. Let's see what you mean with Spag. An Evo stream. What is that? Spaghetti carbonara. No, I mean Spag, bro.
Ladies and lads, Spag here. Hope you.
Okay, Miyari Zoo trailer reaction. Boah. Do you want to see his trailer reaction? I kinda want to see what he has to say about this. King J's reaction. Ach, leave me alone with King J, man. This character looks so fucking soy. I think she looks cute. I just find it annoying that she doesn't play Tekken. Let's just watch it, man. Fuck it. We don't have anything to watch anyway.
All right. Oh, okay. Content regarding the game now. Let's go.
はい、アーマーキング、アーリーアクセス、これ日本だと14日なのかな。
That's tomorrow, right?
まあアーリーアクセス、ファイトパス持ってる方はアーリーアクセスで本配信と2つ日程分かれてるんですけど。
Let's go LCQ. I don't know, man. We'll see.
日程
We'll see.
皆さんヨーロッパ。
This and this
Well,
guy
give me
here,
European
this guy here, this guy here. I would give, hey bro, listen, if I would find the Dragon Balls, yeah, to get this fucking Jewish cunt out of Tekken, I would give everything, bro. I would say Shenlong. I only need one wish. Shove those other wishes up your ass. Just fuck off Michael Murray to Saturn or Jupiter or something.
They do the time zone for PDT for California. It should be European time. Okay.
Next up, we have another trailer.
OK。OK、タイムトゥゲームプレイトレーラー。OK。
Gameplay trailer.
The thing is, why I don't completely dislike Harada is because I think he's being held hostage and he's just a mascot. You know, he's just standing there. He doesn't really have anything to do with the game anymore. He does make no decisions, zero. It's all on Miri and Nakatsu. Only those two bastards. This guy doesn't do shit, bro. He's just there for the show, you know? He keeps saying it also. It's very obvious.
So, as we promised, we have a more in-depth gameplay trailer for Miyarizu.
Get your bingo cards out, lads.
Comme promis, le trailer de gameplay de Miyarizo, le prochain personnage de Tekken.
Cam froze.
Miyarizo.
The good old Cam. Beautiful. He's still guilty. Okay, I have a question. If you think Harada is guilty, yeah? Now I want everyone to listen closely. Have you watched the Matrix movies? I would say the Matrix movies are sick, right? But the fourth one is dog shit. The fourth Matrix is complete horse shit. The Matrix. Why? They said they don't want to do the Matrix 4. Warner Brothers had bought the IP and basically said, if you don't make this movie with us, we make it without you. And then one of the brothers said, okay, I stay with the product in case I can influence it as much as I can. Harada is kind of the same. They just they took away his creation, kinda, made it a corporate BlackRock fucking dog shit with Michael Faggot and Nakatsu, the Jewish cunt, Tengu motherfucker, and now he is just standing there and watching everything burn, and he's like, yeah, I can't do anything. What am I supposed to do? He's just standing there watching it burn. Yeah, they are sisters now, I know. Fucking humiliation ritual. Wasn't it when Fakumram in Tekken 7 was released where Harada went up to Aris and whispered, I'm sorry? Yeah, also Harada has, back in the day, communicated that all these ideas come from this guy and that he has no say and he couldn't stop it. That was the case for Noctis, that was also the case for Fakumram, that was the case for many characters, and even the characters like Alisa and Lars, they are because of him. Without him, we would have never gotten those characters, Alisa and Lars. You got to understand. When he came, he wanted to create characters which are very easy and very powerful to play, because he was annoyed that it takes such a long time to learn a character.
And the trail is quite long with a lot of content packed into it. But also later on our social, we'll have links to content where the developers themselves are going over the fine details that are going to be shown in the trailer today. So we'll hope that you'll keep an eye on that as well.
Alright guys, we're about to find out. We're about to find out now what this character is going to be all about.
Yeah, Miri is Jewish, 100%.
So let's have a look at all the moves, man.
100%.
ストリーミングで見てるさ、音楽とかもしっかり聴けると思うんで、トレーラーのちょっと BGM 実際にミヤリズのステージで使われる曲が流れるんで、それにも注目というか耳でしっかり聴いて。
A new stage as well.
Also, all the viewers online watching, please turn up your headphones. Brand new song for the stage from Miyarizu, with a lot of hints in there, so we think you'll love it. Please turn up the volume. Go to the trailer.
Miyaris, born with crimson eyes, as foretold by her renowned fortune-teller grandmother, developed a deep fascination with wildlife, mimicking their movements.
Make it, I like to move it. There we go. Straight away, man.
She naturally became interested in martial arts and quickly advanced at an astonishing pace. Before long, news of her spread, and skilled martial artists from all over sought to test their skills against her.
Get ready for the next battle.
Fighting God Reborn. Wait.
You know, the fact that she is supposed to be a reborn ogre really pisses me off. Because she doesn't do ogre justice, bro. Ogre, that fucking green motherfucker, bro.
Is she
Ogre.
reincarnation of Ogre?
Yeah, she's supposed to be ogre.
Bro, what are you talking about? What are they doing, bro?
True ogre and the green one are the same.
Hello, production.
Just a transformation.
Petite pause, on va relancer le trailer. Little technical break, I apologize. Trailer about to restart.
Eh?
Why did Harada come on?
What?
There's something going on.
What's happening?
We're back?
Wait a minute, what the fuck happens here?
Bro, what are you talking about?
Bro, they really messed up to just play a son of a bitch video? And you want these guys to fix Tekken 8? Yeah, I think so too. Bro, they can't even press play on a son of a bitch vid.
Replay. What the hell? Oh my goodness.
Fuck me, man. That's so embarrassing. That's not on Namco though, they hire event
Born with
technicians
crimson
to
eyes,
be
as
fair.
foretold by her
Fuck it,
renowned
we,
fortune teller grandmother, developed
we blame them
a
regardless because they are
fascination with
bastards.
wildlife, mimicking their movements, including during their clashes with foes for survival. She naturally became interested in martial arts and quickly advanced at an astonishing pace. Before long, news of her spread, and skilled martial artists from all over sought to test.
Why isn't there any martial artists in the India-Pakistan region? There was no one there that went to Madagascar, bro. They couldn't get the visa.
Get ready for the
They
next
couldn't get the visa.
Section 8.
Okay.
Power crush knockdown. Oh, evasion, evasion. Counter hit launcher from crouch. We got full crack mix up. Wild side launcher. Evasive stuff. What the hell was that wall jump? New mechanic. Oh no. What the hell is that, bro? Pole dancing? Is this like a new like stance or some shit? Like install? Man, how many stances did you have? Whoa, what the hell? She's pole dancing, bruv. Oh shit. Ogre! Whoa. This is her install, I think. Oh my god. What is that wall combo, man?
I don't understand why no one of these Tekken freaks understood what she did here.
Oh my god.
Like here, you have the side wall, right? And in Tekken, normally, when you have a wall in front of you, you can reach it, but you can't use a move that splats to the sides like this severely. But she splats you to the sides if she have to. That's the fucking crazy part about this bitch, is she can just splat you to the fucking sides. No, it's not the camera angle. You can clearly see that it is that way. Just, it's very clear cut. You have a side wall on your left, and then she does like a splat. And that pushes her into that wall.
What is
You
that
can
wall combo, man?
see that it is a side wall splat by the fact that she she is off axis. You see, it's diagonal, right? She runs diagonally now. And the low splat is so flipping low, no one could normally do a normal combo here. Maybe down 4 or 1+2 or some shit. But she gets this whole joint.
What is that wall combo, man? She has Ogre's power, she has Azazel. That is a sick intro. That is a sick intro. Holy shit. That's a sick intro. That's a sick intro. Oh, hit the install. Plus on block. Power crush.
No, this is just heat.
Launcher from crouch. Oh god. But what are these stances, man? Rage off.
Wait a minute. That is the rage art, right?
But what are these stances, man?
But she is doing the rage art from stance. Because this is a low crush now, right? So she is doing the rage art from stance. This is a low crushing rage art. Essentially. It's the counter hit before the rage art. Okay, that is not the rage art. Ah, this isn't the rage art. Now this is the rage art. Okay, fair enough. You're right. I made a mistake.
Rage off.
You're right.
Damn, bro, that rage art was crazy.
One question, guys. One question. I've seen this discourse on Twitter that she is not black enough. And I don't quite understand it. Because, bro, Madagascar also has brown people. Not everyone there is looking like he is from Nigeria. I don't really understand why they have such a big problem with this. Like, she is brown. There is bare brown people in Madagascar. Not everyone looks like he is, super dark, She literally looks like the shade of the native people there. Yeah, you have like darker people there, okay, fair enough. But you don't really, it's not like exclusive that she needs to be like Raven. Why can she not be just brown? Isn't that enough? Like, they really make a race issue out of everything. It's so weird. I really don't understand it. And the funniest part about it is, when you ask the Madagascar Tekken community, they are very happy with it. Like, the people from Madagascar, the Madagascar Tekken community has a Twitter page, and they post all the time how happy they are with this. But then you have some random people from NA that write, yeah, this is whitewashing. And Harada is racist and stuff like this. I can show you the tweets. You will, I don't know, you will burn your neurons. Okay, there is a concept art where she looks a bit darker, but does that justify the way they say this is whitewashing, this and that? Man, this is fine. For fuck's sakes, bro. I don't agree with you, Sebos. It's not that of a big deal. It really isn't. One is a fucking caricature, and the other one is animation. Medusa, you're a clown. Can you elaborate? Maybe I'm racist. Maybe I'm racist, actually. I'm actually racist, bro.
Wow.
I forgot to say.
I don't know, like, that looked cool. Like, her animations look fucking crazy, man. They look really cool, but I don't know, man. Oh my god. 2nd of December. Wow, okay. Wow. Baobab Horizon. Miarizo. Do you know what, mate? Like, you never know, man. Like, until we get hands-on, we don't know how broken she's gonna be. But, man, look, the animation looks sick.
Did you guys enjoy that?
But they turned Ogre into a waifu.
There is someone when I know the reaction of.
Let's see what Rip has to say.
All right, let's look at it together. Version 2.06 adjustments have been made primarily to hitbox and collision detection to address unintended behaviors. Improvements have been made to sound effects, voiceovers, and visual effects to enhance overall quality. Some moves have had their command inputs changed. Can now also be executed using their old command inputs. That's interesting. This change applies only to King and Lee, as no moves are assigned to those old inputs for them. Interesting. I guess it's probably going to say the same thing. Yes, that's what the top part says. Self-damaging moves. Fixed an issue where during a self-damaging move, it was possible to achieve a KO by landing an attack that should only deal recoverable damage and not be able to KO. Landing an attack that should only deal recoverable damage.
I actually don't know what changes have been made.
I don't know what this is for, but it sounds real specific. Whatever. What a deal. Certain Power Crush moves. Fixed an issue where certain moves dealt different damage when absorbed by a Power Crush compared to when they hit normally, so that the damage is not consistent with the normal hit. Okay, bug fix. Okay.
Yo,
Other
Medusa, I
sound
have a
effects.
question. In the trailer, they showed the white true ogre with horns. However, the black one from the Attack 2 and under isn't the same one by design. Does that mean that ogre Yeah, there is every continent has an ogre, and her ogre apparently is white and has one horn instead of two. And he also seems to be friendly because he defended the native people from invaders. That's apparently the lore of that ogre. So maybe some ogres are friendly. I don't know. I don't really care. But that's the lore of the ogre that she has, is that this ogre defended the native people of Madagascar of invaders. Yeah, really, bro. I'm not kidding, bro. Go. Harada posted this. What happened to your Twitch? I said too many times the faggot and stuff.
And stuff. And the back three during a reverse move, throws are not supposed to be breakable. However, due to an issue, throw escapes were possible within a 1 to 2 frame window for this particular move, now fixed. Asuka counter, back 1+3 or back 2+4, adjust the collision detection between characters to reduce instances where certain moves would whiff, preventing reversal techniques from activating properly. So that's a buff for Asuka. Asuka Azusena down forward 1-4.
Yo, shock.
Tracking ability second hit has been enhanced on hit or block of the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. This sounds like a decent change. It sounds like a consistency change for her punishment to be more consistent. Clive approached with 2+4. Fixed issue with the character positioning would become incorrect when a throw escape occurred near a wall. Bug fix. Claudio, back 4-1, back 4-2, back 4-3, back 4-4. Tracking of the second hit has been enhanced exclusively, so only enhanced when the first attack connects on ground, alleviating the occurrence of whiffing from midway through. Interesting change. Deviljin forward 4. The collision detection for this attack has been expanded downwards, making it harder to jump over the opponent. They really, really don't like people jumping over. Why don't they just take jump out? Like, dead seriously, right? Just take jump out.
What do you
Like, how
mean
have they
take
not
jump
taken
out?
Jump out with all the other changes they've made so far.
What the
Up
fuck?
forward 3+4. The collision detection for this attack has
Take
been expanded
jump
downwards
out?
to make it harder to jump over the opponent. Expanded
That would
downward hitbox
nerf
is
me
seconded to mitigate an issue
severely,
with
bro.
Against certain attacks. I'm so confused. Dragonov, while rising 1-2. Tracking cable the second has been enhanced. Wouldn't land the first hit. So again, it seems like more consistency.
No more
but
delayed
also more
top
tracking
kick,
of
no more
second hits.
baiting.
I really don't know what to
Do you
how to feel
think
about
next
these.
patch
Like,
will
it
save
sounds on
Tekken?
paper like it's gonna make you feel better when you're the one attacking, right? Like
There
I
is
hit
no
my first
saving
hit,
this
the
shit.
second missed.
Just
What
wait
the
for
hell,
Tekken
bro?
9.
But then in older Tekkens, it felt like, dude, I was off axis, that still cracked me, blah blah blah. You know? So I don't know how to feel about it. Back to E+4, increased track performance only when the counter throw is successful.
Tekken 9 might be
Same kind of
worse.
thing.
I don't think
3 up
so.
forward 3. Expanded downwards to avoid jumping over.
They will not
Fuck
survive
off
another
4.
Tekken 8. That's the thing. If they don't nail
Immediate
Tekken
issue
9.
where the positional relationship with the opponent
It's
becomes
GG's.
different than intended when used near the wall. Hitbox expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. It sounds good. Garuda. Forward, 4-3-2. Second and no longer whiffs after first it connects specifically against Kuma Panda. Sounds good. Garuda 1+2. Issue where performed input forward 1+2 during Garuda would unintentionally trigger 1+2 instead of the intended 1+2 input. Sounds good. You down for some online practice? Show you the combos? Is that available? They're making all the jump over changes but didn't touch laws up forward 3+4. Hey. Shh. Heihachi down forward 1-1. Fixed an issue where if the second hit already been input, the hitbox first hit was unintentionally reduced.
My grommet is
If the
32.
second hit had already been
My
input,
condom size is XL.
the hitbox for the first hit was unintentionally reduced. Whoa. That's a crazy change.
Medusa, you see the new outfit in
So
the
if you
shop?
do a string,
It describes the game
there's a
and players
chance
well.
that the first hit of your string will have a different hitbox because
Yeah,
you already input
you're right.
the second hit.
I
It doesn't
agree.
even mean that the second hit is hit yet.
So
Just
you
by hitting
use a
that
small
second input,
grommet for the tight
to
fit.
change the hitbox of your first hit. That's interesting.
That's enough, bro. This
What
is
up,
not
Java?
a main
What
mainstream.
is that? Roger? I mean, Miyari Zo's got a tail, bro. Close enough. Jack 8, wall standing 4. Wall thing, just like Fakamram. Heat up forward 3.
Yeah, no point boycotting, bro.
Correct.
If you wanna
Free hit
play
startup.
it, play it. If you don't wanna play it, just
fixing.
leave silently. What's the point?
Jinzan 3+4. Hurtbox 4. Blah, blah, blah.
Legit.
These are all useless, basically, right? These are all like minor changes. June, time of attack counter. Preventing reversal from activating, same as the Asuka one. Kazuya sidestep 4-1. Tracking second hit enhanced when first hit connects on ground. Same thing that they said to someone else. It seems like a lot of just bug fixes, y'all. A lot of bug fixes. King. Crouch dash 3. Crouch dash 2+4. You can now use move with the pro opponent. Crouch dash 2+3.
Taken free remaster.
So now you have both options. Said they broke other stuff, so now they've changed it again.
Okay, you know what? I'm falling asleep. No offense. I actually like this guy. I think he's funny at times. But yeah. Fuck that. Taken 8 all special intros. Come we watch this fucking slop. At least a little bit interesting. Let's see the shitty fucking intros. Let's go, man.
I'll show you just how scary boxing can be. Wah! Boxing is awesome!
Is this AI? Why does he sound like a faggot? Boxing is awesome! Yay! What the fuck? What did they do to this nigga, bro? Wait a minute. Why the fuck does he sound so gay?
Boxing is awesome!
I can't believe this. This is real? Wow. That is so gay. I'm under the impression that you're not playing today. Yeah, not playing, bro. I can't be asked. You're about the right size to practice on. Bring it. Sure, tiny man. Huh? Are they not the same height? Yo! Oh, that is a sick fucking... What the fuck? That is a sick outro, I can't lie. This is really cool. This is really, really cool. I'm actually not regretting watching this, I must say. He really did that.
Let's finish this!
Yeah.
That was a good match! Let's fight again!
Shining Wizard.
貴様は死んだはずじゃなかったのか。少し興味が湧いたぞ。貴様のすべてを暴いてやろう。
Half man, half cow. Any trouble? Mask or no, he had the bite of a cow.
Yeah, that is also a cool fucking intro, bro. If you are a king player and an Armor King player and you happen to fight against each other and you skip this, I think you are... I don't know. You deserve to... Okay, if I say this fucking, I get banned, I think. Yeah, I can't say this, okay. But don't skip this. But that might be one of the coolest rage arts, actually. Like, just look at this shot. Just look at this shot. That's probably the coolest fucking rage art. Fuck me. That's insane. That intro is longer than a Tekken round and I like his rage art. Bro, that rage art is really fucking sick. Amazing. And then you have Marie Zo. Animation-wise, AK is 100. Bro, I like AK. I thought he was a bastard. I am maybe also judging a little bit too quick, but I like the fact that he revolves around poking. He's a very pokey character. Because his 50-50 is kinda risky, you know? It's kinda risky. Armor King is deleting everyone in seconds. Let's see.
Fight!
What the hell? That down forward 1-2 is nasty. Crazy tracking on the 2. This heat smash I got hit by all the time and I don't know why. The cam froze again. Oh my days.
Fight.
Fucking retards. Bro, listen, that FF neutral true, I think is too broken, if I'm honest. When I was fighting against the character, I happened to start to random duck, because after that FF neutral 2, okay, you can do something against the mix-up, but you can't always be right. It's just too much. You know, you are on hit FF neutral 2, and then instead of being able to kinda play the game, you are in a vortex. And when it counter hits, well, you get damage like what, 50 to 60 damage. It's kinda like a little combo anyway, so that nerf doesn't really count. And it's what, minus 13? Like, I think it is a bit too strong, and I couldn't sidewalk it either. Like, I was trying to step it the way I do against King, but I just couldn't do it. I don't know. It's like tracking too much. Way too much. They need to do something about his FF neutral too. Other than that, that's my first impression at least. He comes way too far. I don't know the frames of the startup or anything, but it's just the tracking, the like properties, and it's just he does too much with it. Whenever you start to random duck, yeah, and your opponent's mids are insane, because this character's mids are good. Like, he has insane highs because that's his throws. That's obvious, right? So his throws are insane. His highs are insane. His mids are insane because he has amazing mid pokes just like that. Like, his down forward 1 alone is enough. And then he has FF4. Well, you can sidewalk that to the right, okay, fair enough, but still he has good mids. And then on top of that, his FF neutral 2 is absolutely devastating. You can't eat too many of those. And then you end up kinda ducking like a scared chicken. And then he has a mid counter hit launcher, which is safe on block FF2. And I think his kit is a bit too all round, you know? And his combo damage, well, that is just like absurdly high. But I find that okay for him to have absurdly high combo damage. If they would maybe nerf his FF neutral too, or like something needs to get nerfed a little bit. He feels too strong. I don't think he is like this super honest character that they make him out to be. I think he is broken, if I'm honest, but I like him, you know? Everyone is broken in Tekken 8. Obviously, he will come out broken too. But yes, you will wait now. The main man will maybe make a video because he doesn't understand anything about Tekken after 30 years and will say, hey guys, Armor King is a very honest character and I would consider him to be somewhat like fuck or something like this, some bullshit. And then in 2-3 months, everyone will all of a sudden say, yeah, Armor King is so broken. Everyone gets GOD with him after 2 days. What is this, bro? Blah, blah, blah. Why is this like that? FF Neutral 2 is too insane. Sidestep 2, this and that. So you're just gonna wait, and then everyone's opinion is gonna shift all of a sudden. He is really fucking strong. He already said honest and bad poking. Yet I know this faggot. I know what I'm talking about. The main man has no idea about anything in Tekken. He just doesn't. I don't know what he did the past 30 years, but he just has no idea what he's talking about. How can you say this character has bad poking? Jesus Christ, I go sleep, man. Adrian, you fucking faggot. Fuck you. Retard. Bastard. Call yourself the main man Jew, you fucking faggot.